Hey guys, it's Joey, Valley TCG. Hope you guys are all having a great day, a great week. Well, this is the week of One Piece Day in Dallas. Hope you guys are all going to the event. Hope to see all of you guys there. I'm super excited for this event, for the grab bag and all of that. Man, a lot of things happening in the One Piece world, and really all very, very exciting stuff. And well, today I wanted to talk to you guys about, I think, the most iconic thing about One Piece, the manga arts. And there's been something really strange happening in the manga art space. So we're going to talk about that today. If you guys could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, I do appreciate everyone's support. Anyways, so let's talk about this, right? Manga arts are starting to move, and it's not all equal, right? It's not like every manga art is moving up at the same time, but some are, with really the theme, I think, centralized around Premium Booster 01, the cards that you see, that you find from the God Packs from PRB01, but not exactly. It's not hitting all mangas. It's just hitting certain ones, and we're gonna go over those. Just the ones that are moving up. So first of all, as you see in front of you, Shanks manga from the PRB01. Um, just a nice iconic card. Um, Really, I mean, if you look at the chart, right, it's a little bit of volatility, but now is $450 a card. I mean, it dropped as low as 360, so almost $100 difference. And as you guys can see here, there's been, I mean, these are real sales that are driving the price. So certain sales at 350, and then now the last sale are $474 a card. So very, very interesting movement here. Shanks also in Emperors in the New World, the manga art from OP09. This one's also making a move, right? It was listed around 600 bucks at release. Now $820 for the lowest gold star seller. We're starting to see, look at that sell through, tons and tons of sell through, especially over the last month and a half, really, towards the end of January into February. So a lot of sales happening to float this price higher. We'll see. I mean, I think they will do another reprint of OP09. I mean, historically, they've always done that. Multiple waves of every single set. And I don't think OP09 should ever be that exception. In fact, because of how maybe in demand the set is, we should be able to see more of this card. Although, I mean, I believe this card is quite playable. So, you know, maybe that's partially why this card is floated. Now, this next card is a big question mark. Sogeking from Pillars of Strength OPO3's manga art. Now $481 a card. Look at this. Look at this price action, right? On release, it was 600, and then, you know, reprints, blah, blah, blah. The card was lost. It was really forgotten. 325 bucks at the lows. Now $480 for the lowest verified copy. I mean, it looks just like someone just kind of over the last month started to slowly buy up these cards. So I do wonder if this, I mean, there should be no reason why Sogeking should move up like that. And not only the OPO3 version, but also the PRB01 version as well. This one's also moving up. I mean, lows, this card was around 200 bucks, like under $200 for a manga art. You can never find cards that cheap or manga arts that cheap aside from Sogeking. And now it's $325 for the lowest copy verified. And after that, guys, there's no more copies of this. I've always, I think, been under the opinion that PRBO1 mangas are probably more rare. You know, we'll see how large of a reprint is coming with the sleeve boosters. Um, but it should have been more rare than the original copies of the manga arts from various sets. So it does. I mean, to me, that means it should be cheaper or sorry, more expensive than the original ones, the PRB versions, I mean. And, we'll see if that kind of fleshes out over time. But as we can see here, that price movement is starting to happen. And then you have the Zoro card from OP06, My Chase, which, I don't know if I'll ever be able to find one, but we will, keep our dreams and the hopes alive here. But this card was down to $500, little under 600 maybe, $558 a card. Now $900 a card, absolutely crazy movement, tons and tons of sell through over the same period, especially towards the last week of last month. Again, very curious why everything's starting to sell towards the end of February. Is it manipulation? We shall see. It hasn't fully caught on just yet. It is no real sales at this $900 mark, so we'll see. But the PRB version of this card also pretty significant acceleration. $360 a card. Now back in December, late November, now $550 for a copy, lowest verified, and again, tons and tons of sell through, especially towards the end of the month, just like everything else. Tony Chopper. This one's curious, right? This is a PRB 01 version. This was $380 a card. Now it's almost doubled to $742 for the lowest verified copy. Strange. Don't know what to think of that. And then Nami from PRB01. I think this card was like $300 at release, maybe $400 at release. Yeah, about $400. I know somebody that ended up buying like 10 or 15 of them and then sold them at like $500. Definitely a little bit of paper hands there, but $700 for the lowest verified copy, about $700, $690. And yeah, I don't know why the last sold is not coming up. Sometimes TCG players goofs out. I don't know if you guys have noticed, this is totally as an aside, but TCG player has totally been, doing a lot of random new updates. Some I think are good updates. Some just seem to be very poorly thought out, and in those updates, like functionalities just don't work. So a little bit of annoying thing. So I don't know if you guys have noticed it. Let me know if you have. And then PRBO1's law card, $600 for this card. Now again, just like a lot of the other cards that were around $350, this was a $300 to $350 card, right? So it just looks like somebody just bought out everything around 350, and now the price is 600. Very, very strange. Kind of feels like manipulation. I'm just gonna say it. It definitely feels like manipulation. Though that's just odd, right? Especially if you look at, 4 copies sold, just like everything else, around that 350 price, and then boom, you have an elevator to closer to 600. And then same thing with this with this ace card, also from PRBO1, $380 a card in January, now $750. So that is pretty much a double. And yeah, less crunched of sales into the end of February. Most of these sales happen in January. But a lot of, it is strange. Not many copies have come online for this. Goes to show you guys again that there just aren't that many copies. We'll see if we get more with the Sleep Boosters reprint. And that's it. That's all I had for you guys. Yeah, I mean, just kind of going through some of the other cards that haven't moved. Silver's Rayleigh, he hasn't moved per se. I mean, this is from the two legends. I wonder if there's just like a lot of them, so it wasn't worth it for buyouts. Yeah, I mean, there's like 15 copies. 15 copies before you even get to $400. So that, I think that could be a reason why we haven't seen that one move as much. Look, manipulation is all about population. If you can control the supply, then you can control the price. If there's a lot of supply, it might not be worth it. And that might be what's happening here. Let's take a look at this kid card. Yeah, this kid card, wow, it really took a dive. $376. It's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap for a manga card. I'm not gonna lie. That's really, really cheap. Yeah, no sales over the last month here either, so interesting. Um, and then everyone's favorite, the Gear 5 Manga Luffy. Really no movements on this card. Well, I think it bottomed at like 2,000. Yeah, closer to 2,000. Now 2,500. So not huge movement. When prices get this high, it's just so illiquid, right? Who can really pony up $2,000-$3,000 for a single card? And then especially to try to buy it off a TCG player just becomes less likely. And I think that's probably why we just haven't seen that many sales here. I'd imagine more of these cards are exchanged in person. Yeah, there's also the risk, like you don't want to like spend a couple $1,000s and get a card that could be, you don't really know. Maybe it has a dinged corner, but still consider a near mint. So you don't really want to make those purchases online generally without a ton of photographic proof and backing. So anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys at One Piece Day, and I will talk to you guys next time.